Good evening. Yes. Good evening, everybody. It's me again and again. Mitch, good to see you. Good to see you. Trying something new tonight. Streaming out to Rumble as well. And I'm kind of monitoring the stream over there as well to keep an eye on the chat. And Rod Weeder. Hi, Rod. How you doing? You're the lone person on Rumble. Obviously, the word didn't get out too much, but you got to start somewhere. So that's the trifecta of getting all these different live streams of mine on Rumble, and I've been posting all my videos the day following when I post them on YouTube. So good to see you all tonight. See, we're piling in here, and I got 5 people watching over in Rumble. About 50 here. Welcome. Ellen is coming tonight, but she texted me. She got out of a meeting and she's running a little late, but she'll be here, and I hope so, to keep track of questions, because it does get a little busy. Tonight, I am drinking coffee out of my new cup, which most of you probably saw this morning. And I like it. If you guys can't figure out if you want to get one, it's the same link as the t-shirts. And I think I may have forgot to put in the descriptions where it says t-shirts, I need to add and coffee mugs. So that's the big secret. I get them from the same company. Makes it a lot easier. And Ellen, I sent her cup today. It went out priority mail. She'll get it by Thursday. So Thursday night in the private community, I hope many of us will be drinking out of these new mugs, and I swear it really it does make the coffee taste better. I'll swear on that. Same coffee, just tastes better. Hey, Mike Seeley Sr.'s over there in Rumble, and Boyd Lamb stopped in to say hi to the Rumble people. Francine BV says, good evening to all. Boyd says, I be here to keep Rod company. That's great. That's great. You guys are terrific. Well, I think I can do a real quick disclaimer tonight. You know, I'm not a doctor. I don't give personal medical advice. I just tell you what I do, how it worked for me. If you think there's some validity to that, you do it. That's it. Disclaimer. Doesn't get any simpler than that. Questions for me tonight. The funny thing was this morning, right at the very end, everybody started asking questions. And we ran out of time. Ellen was in the chat this morning, and I'm sure she wrote some of them down. And we'll get to them. Tomorrow morning, just as a reminder, on Wednesday mornings, I'm going to start at 10 o'clock. And tomorrow morning, I'll start at 10 o'clock, assuming that my dermatologist's appointment at 8 o'clock goes as I expect. So I'll get home in time to set up all that equipment outside, gather up my cigar and my coffee, and get ready to do the live stream. And if for some reason you all get there before I do, and you click on it, and the countdown stops, and it says waiting, I apologize. But hopefully I don't think that's going to happen. So I'll look forward to seeing you all, in the morning, Wednesday morning. I don't know if it's going to get really cold or not yet, but I know Thursday morning I'm going to have to dig out my snowsuit. Catch 2177. Randy K is in the Rumble chat. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Good to see you. And while we're waiting for Ellen, I guess I'll say hi to people. I can't get in too much trouble. We have plenty of time tonight. First one I see in my chat, Cliff Medina was here at 11:28 a.m. Ah, that's eager. That's eager. Kalfatic Spanky was here early. Good to see you. And Turamir over there in Finland. Good to see you. I will get some sleep. He wanted to be here for this. God, it's the middle of the night for you, Turamir. And I saw you in the chat. Man, that's dedication. Trucking Carnivore. Hey, y'all, he says. Hey, y'all, he says. Peter, Papa Carnivore's here. Jeff Johnson is here. Jeff, good evening, Mitch. Sitting here watching the Celtics. While satiated after our ribeyes, hope everyone is pleasantly full and enjoying the show. Richard Williams. Williams joined us tonight. Hi, Richard. How you doing? Good to see you. This was still early, about an hour before. Hi, buddy, Drone Shots. Jody, how you doing, Jody? Good to see you. And IB Bill 42. Just wanted to say hello to everyone. He's in Eureka Springs, says it's getting cold. And here's Toromir. Hello, people. Look at it. It's almost 3 a.m. in the morning here, and I am awake preparing my eggs and bacon for the stream. Man, holy cow, that's dedication, Tuka. Glad you're home safe. Hope you had a great time here. Hope you had a great time here. And Boyd Lamb, where my damn coffee mugs be at? Well, if you ordered one, it should be coming. It should be coming. Ah, that's good. That's good. Mike Seeley Sr.'s here. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you. CB Carmack. Always good to see you. And less junk, more health. Says hi. Mark C. Hi, Mark. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. And everybody's saying hi to every standing foot. Getting my coffee and my Batman underoos on. The official costume of Tuesday night. Spanky says, hello all. Hope everyone is well. Cheers. Sandra McDonald from Australia. How you doing? Yeah. It's tomorrow there. And here we have Chris Swain. Good morning. Yeah, it must be morning where you are too. Good to see you. And who is this? Jack 51. Good evening, everyone. Jerry Voitos, greetings from Ponte Vedra Beach. Love my new OGC coffee mug. Thanks for sharing my photos this morning. And if any of you didn't see Jerry's photo this morning, there he is, decked out in his take the rest of the day off t-shirt. Look at that. With his new coffee mug and a cigar. Man, a brother from another mother. Thank you, Jerry. And while I'm doing that, I may as well show you our friend Steve Rogers, Captain America, who also, I cut off the bottom of this picture. Hang on a second. Why is it? Won't it get smaller? At any rate, he's got his coffee mug too. And so far, it seems like all our coffee mugs are blue. But the one I got for Ellen is red. Anyway. Oh, that's why you couldn't see it. Had the banner up there. There he is. Thank you for sending me that, Steve. I've already got them on the website. I decided to mix them in with the T-shirt pictures on the homepage. So you guys send me a picture. You can go there and see it anytime you like. Okay. Here we are. Who is this? Juyon. Sir, what do you drink? He says. I drink water. And I drink San Pellegrino, sparkling water. And I drink coffee. That's it. That's all I drink. That's all I drink. Paul McGrogan. And whoa, there she is. Okay, unmute your mic, young lady. Unmute your microphone. There you go. And look who's here. Yes.
Hi, Mitch.
Oh, man. How you do?
Everyone. I'm great.
How are you? How are you?
Sound loud, echoey?
Yes, you sound very loud.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, I've got to turn myself down.
Yes.
This.
Are you on different equipment tonight?
No, isn't it funny? And I have it on the usual volume. How's this?
That's better. That's better. But you're still typing on that notebook keyboard, aren't you?
I just did now to change
I
that.
know. I heard it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I only have to do it to do the slider thing. Then I'll
okay. That's fine. That's fine. It's no big deal.
Then I'm on my other keyboard.
Oh, okay. Well, good to see you.
Okay. Now,
good to see you.
How's this volume? Sorry, people.
That's okay. It'll work. It'll work. It'll work.
Down more? Down more? I don't know why it's louder now.
I don't know. That's okay. That'll be okay.
Who knows?
That'll be okay. Yeah.
The sound guys didn't show up. And the makeup people were here. And where's the caterers?
The caterer.
People, you what I have to deal with. I miss you, Mitch. I miss everyone. Hi, I missed you guys this morning.
Yeah, we missed you too. I thought you weren't going to be here this morning anyway. I thought you said it was Monday. It was Monday and Thursday. Thursday and Friday. Yeah, this is your busy week. Yeah. You're leaving me all alone here, Ellen.
I know.
I'm working hard, kid. I'm working hard. But
you were. I did watch this morning's show since then. And you did go. Oh no, wait! I was there. I don't know. I'm all.
You were there. You were there for this morning. You were in the chat all morning.
I was there. It was yesterday.
We are so screwed up. We're so. At any rate, we're here tonight.
I've been running. I just got here, everyone. So I'm sorry.
I know. Well, we're here tonight, Ellen, yes. And
now we're here.
Your coffee cup is in the mail. I sent it priority, which is 2 days. Okay. I'll email you the tracking number.
Okay.
And you should have it Thursday. So Thursday night on the live stream, you can join the Cool Kids Club.
Wow.
And,
thank you.
Yeah. And yours is a red one. Yours is the red. I showed it. I think I showed it to you this morning. Yeah.
I know. I saw it. I'm going to have a coordinating outfit. The mug. Yes. And my coffee will taste extra special. And everyone in chat, you too, can have your very own old Carnivore mug.
Sell it, Ellen.
It's kind of scary. I'm getting a little good at this.
Yeah, I know.
A link, which I will post later in the chat.
Yeah, and it's the same link. If anybody wanted, it's the same link as the T-shirts.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Exactly. Yeah, it takes you to the same place, and the cup and the T-shirts are all listed on the same page. And I need to add the word coffee mugs to the descriptions of the videos, which I forgot, among other things. So.
Well, yeah. And we're kidding. If you'd like a mug, it would be fun. But
yeah, and if you don't want one, that's okay. Pressure. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't drink coffee. It's okay. That's okay.
But they're good for water. Or
you sell it, Ellen. Sell it. Oh man, yeah. Well, here we are. Here we are tonight, and keep track of the questions. I've seen a couple of them go
Yeah.
by.
Yes.
Kevin Deckard asked something.
Yeah. Time to get back to work. No.
Yeah, time, and I'm going to continue to say hi to people. I got a few little things that I wanted to talk about, and then we can get to some questions and just joking around. And the only thing that will not happen tonight is no cigar for Mitch because I'm inside. And it's my rule, not anybody else's rule. I never have, I never will smoke indoors unless it's a cigar lounge with a bunch of those smoke eater filters in the ceiling. But no, I do not want my house to smell like cigars. My back porch, different story. Okay. Up you go.
Okay.
The elevator is waiting, and there you are. Wow. I feel better now. I got used to that. I did this for a long time. I just did this solo. It's not a problem. I can handle it. Sometimes I may be a little less than smooth trying to find questions and things, but kind of got used to the company. Keep in mind, for the past 10 years of my life, I've been living alone. So nice to have the company. Nice to have the company up there. I think most of you can understand why. It's nice.
Yeah,
It's
you
nice.
look a little lonely there by yourself.
Yeah. So where was I in the chat, Charles? I see Josephine C is here. How you doing? And who is this? Did I say hi to you? Chris Swain, yes. How you doing, Josephine C? Rick, Charger Mopar down in Miami. And Turbeer's here with us in the middle of the night in Finland. Did you see that, Ellen?
Yes, I did.
Unbelievable. Go back to bed, man. We love you.
Yeah.
Jerry Voitush is here, and Golf Addict and Peter are trying to see who can post more in the chat.
That's going to be our
And it's neck and neck, and you guys are all right. Mark Whistler, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Mark emailed me or put in the chat that he's working to get me the replacement coffee cup. I'm looking at the first one that I tried to glue together up there and almost made it, but there were too many little pieces, chips missing out of it, unfortunately. And I kept thinking about Humpty Dumpty when I was trying to put that together. So thank you, my friend. Dixie Scott is here. How you doing? How you doing, Dixie? And I'm still just about the time that the stream started at 8 o'clock because I got busy welcoming Ellen. The prodigal daughter returns. Who else? Whoa, my phone is chiming away. What?
Ooh.
It's not a coffee. It's somebody sent me an email. Somebody just bought a coffee cup. Yes. Amy bought a coffee cup. Thank you so much, Amy. And it's like the Home Shopping Network here, my friends. Somebody calls in and buys something, the bells go off, and no.
It is. It is.
It's a funny thing. I've always thought it was a funny thing. This merch thing. They call it merch. Visit our merch store. Whoever uses that word merch outside of YouTube. I mean, it's merchandise, but merch. In our merch store, they got everybody does it. I mean, even Megyn Kelly and the news people and the famous stars, everybody's got a merch store selling hats and T-shirts. So I figured I'd do it too. Why not? And I don't sell a whole lot of that stuff, and I really don't care. But it's kind of cool, and it gives me a big thrill to see somebody. I've never yet met anybody in public wearing one of my T-shirts. That hasn't happened yet. I have met a couple people in public at the Sam's Club who recognized me and came running up. You're the guy from YouTube. Yeah, it's me.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, that was cool. And I fully expected them to go, but they didn't. Yeah, I don't like you. Turn around and walk away. That'd be typical of the people that watch me. But no, they They were very nice. They were very nice and friendly. And I've always figured if I was going to meet up with anybody out in the real world, it would probably be at the meat department at Sam's Club. And sure enough, sure enough. Anyway, thank you, and you'll enjoy that. You'll enjoy it. It's a good quality cup. They did a beautiful job of
Yeah.
printing. It's in very patriotic colors, red, white, and blue.
Very nice.
Yes. And who else can I say hi to real quick? Paul Flichter, how you doing, Paul? Good to see you. And Jack51 says, hi, Mitch. I'm just having trouble skipping over all the Spanky and Peter. Here we go, Tom. Viking 442 from Tampa. How you doing? How you doing? Sandy Blythe is waving at us. Hiya, Sandy. How you doing tonight? I think I said hi to Satya already. Here's somebody I don't recognize. Stan Pass. Happy Wednesday afternoon, meat eaters from Melbourne, Australia. My sister city. Stan, I'm in Melbourne, Florida. How about that? I think your city is bigger than my city, but we share the same name. Carnivorous Cat Mom is here. How can I get one? If you're talking about the coffee cups, go to in the description of my, well, Ellen can throw the link in the chat, but go to the description of my video, look for the link that says get t-shirts, because I didn't put get coffee cups yet. Shows you what a salesman I am. And just click on that, and when you get to the merch store, the coffee cup will be on top, and it comes in either red or blue. It's a white cup with either a blue inside and handle or a red inside and handle. If you'd like one, that's great. Hey, Lattice here. How you doing? From the UK. Yeah, it is late in the UK. That's why I do it early and Saturday afternoon for you guys. And every morning. Polish Mike.
Hey, I just put the link in the chat.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Put it in again several times.
Thank
so
you,
no
Ellen.
one miss out.
Yeah, throw the buy me a coffee
I'll do that now.
link in there too. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. See, everybody should have an Ellen rooting for them like Ellen does for me. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. And here, Spanky has a question. I need a mug, Mitch. LOL, help here in Canada for my coffee and Bailey's of hot chocolate. Well, you should get one, Spanky. And we'll talk about it Thursday night. Carnivorous Cat Mom has a question. Mitch, do you ever make tacos? If so, what do you put in them? No. No, I don't make tacos because tacos remind me too much of all the crap I'm addicted to. Anything wrapped in anything, in tortilla shells, bread, sandwiches, that stuff just brings back the old days. If I was going to eat a taco, it would be without the shell, in which case I'd probably just have ground beef because I don't eat any of the vegetables and onions and all the other crap that you put in there. So, and I don't eat the sauce that you mix in with the ground beef to make taco meat out of it because that's all got all kinds of carbs and spices in it. So if I took out everything from a taco that I didn't eat, I would be eating chopped up ground beef. So that's the answer. Now, whether you can do it or not, that's up to you. I don't tell people what to do. I tell people what I do. And I mean, you could put a little cheese if it's like hard, high-fat cheese on your tacos. But if you want to be carnivore and you want to try to break the habits and break the addictions and not eat the toxins in the plants and all that, then don't watch the videos that say, here's how to make carnivore taco shells. Sometimes, even if the shell itself doesn't have carbs, like some carnivore pizza crust made out of chicken powder or something like that, it may be perfect. The food part of it may be perfectly okay, but the habit part of it, the actual eating of pizza or something that looks like pizza can trigger the addiction. Just looking at something thing can trigger an addiction. Just smelling something can trigger an addiction. Just looking at a picture of something can trigger an addiction. Doesn't take much. And if you're a severe addict, you gotta watch out for those things. So the simple answer to your question is no. I never ate tacos even when I wasn't on carnivore. I was not a Mexican food fan. Never liked all the spices. Never liked the sour cream and the guacamole and all the stuff that you had to use with it. Hope that answers that. Jeff Johnson. Wow, they're throwing them in there, Ellen. Question, hey, Mitch, what's a good product to use for cleaning the air fryer besides elbow grease? I try not to let it get too dirty. Sometimes I just take a damp dish rag and put a little Dawn on it and just degrease it. You're going to get some stuff burn on there. I don't know if there's anything you can do about it. I imagine there probably is a product. I keep swearing I'm going to try to search for one, some kind of a solvent. But then on the other hand, I don't want to get solvents all over the inside of a place where I cook my food. So you do the best you can. Do the best you can. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But if you just wipe it more frequently, then it doesn't get as burned on. But you know yourself, like the bottoms of frying pans, like baking sheet pans that you use in the oven, pretty soon they are just brown or black because of all that stuff. And that's pretty much seasoned them. Maybe you don't want that seasoned, but that's what happens to the inside of a carbon steel pan. In order for you to get it the way you want to, well, you're pretty much seasoning the inside of your air fryer when you're doing that. If I find something, I'll let you know. Stickman's Garage says, for Robert Hogue neuropathy question this morning, I found R-lipoic acid. Okay, I'm going to let him read that, but we don't give the nerve doctors on YouTube. Okay, I'll let him go look at the nerve doctors, but I don't. I have no personal knowledge that I can't. Thanks for that. I don't. I can't endorse it one way or the other. You may be perfectly correct. Tommy Petard says, "Hey Mitch, how you doing?" And I think we're just about to after 8 o'clock. I'm finding questions, Ellen. Lizzie says, question, how do you make your salmon patties? I have a video on my channel. It shows you how to do that. It's very simple. Very simple. I buy it a case at a time. I buy the wild caught canned salmon. Comes in 14 and a half ounce cans, almost a pound. It's wild caught. Canned salmon has a lot of, there's some liquid in there. There's skin in there. There's bones. There's everything in there. It's very healthy. A lot of collagen. And I dump the whole can into a mixing bowl. I put a couple eggs in there. I put 4 or 5 tablespoons of pork rinds instead of breadcrumbs. I squish it all up together and I leave the liquid in, and it gets to a consistency where you can make it, even if it's a little delicate, make a nice patty out of it. I heat up about a 1/4 inch deep bunch of bacon grease in a frying pan to about 375 degrees, and I cook them until they really get good and brown and crispy. The insides stay moist and juicy, and they are delicious. But don't you dare add salt. At any rate, I have a video on my channel. You can just go into YouTube, search, type Old Guy Carnivore, either salmon cakes or salmon patties, and it should take you right to it. It's also in the playlist on my channel, the recipe playlist, which has all my recipes that I've done over the year and a half I've been doing this. Hope that answers that for you. We have Kevin is here. Kevin Deckard. How you doing, Kevin? Good to see you. Good to see you. Ellen is in the chat. And looking for somebody I haven't said hi to yet. Julian says, "Sir, what do you drink?" I think I answered that. I drink water. I drink water, San Pellegrino, and some coffee. And that's about it. That's about it. I don't drink anything sweet anymore. I don't drink alcohol, but that's just me. But giving up sweet tasting drinks was maybe one of the best things I ever did to help my addictions go away. Go away. Terry Sue's in the cold. Oh my God. Granny Boo too. How you doing, Granny? Good to see you. Lizzie likes the mug. And I'm not looking forward to my dermatologist appointment in the morning. Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Just look you over?
Yeah, I do that once a year because you remember I told you I did have skin cancer.
You're right. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Where's that? Do I have that picture here? I have a picture somewhere of me with this god awful bandage all over my nose. It's terrible. It's terrible. You've all seen the picture of me with the big baseball looking scar on my head from my brain surgery. I you remember that one?
Yes. I think I don't know. Maybe someone hasn't seen it. Has everyone seen Mitch's picture? Let us know in chat if you haven't. I'm sure.
Well, I'll just show it to you because it's cool.
It is pretty. It is pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's what happens when they have to cut out about a 2 by 4 inch piece of your skull to remove a huge blood clot from your head, a subdural hematoma. That happened to me about 3 years ago.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And you can't see that. You can see the bone ripples a little bit where they put the piece back in there, but you can hardly see the actual scar. It's hard to believe that all those staples and all that actually smoothed out. I mean, it's right over here, this side of my head. So it amazes me how well it healed. But I also I had a malignant melanoma right on my nose, and they had to cut bigger than a nickel, maybe approaching the side. They had to cut all the skin. I had to get a margin around it to make sure because it was malignant. And we caught it early. They cut a huge piece of skin from my shoulder. They harvested skin and they grafted it on there. And that was 7, 8 years ago. 6, 7, 8 years ago. I don't remember exactly. But they check you up constantly after that. For the first couple of years, I went every 3 months. And they check your lymph nodes. They check to make sure that it hasn't spread anywhere. They look you over. Now I'm pretty safe. After 3 or 4 years, we finally settled on just once a year regular exam. I'm not going to get cancer. And being on Carnivore, I think it's pretty well made me cancer proof, to tell you the truth. So I'm not too worried about that. But once a year I go in. He used to, and that's interesting. Before I was on Carnivore, and I've told this story, every time I went in, he found some what they call precancers, always on my head, and he'd take out the bottle of nitrogen. And there's times I wondered if he did that just to be able to bill the insurance company, or if he did that because I really had a precancer. Sometimes he'd take a biopsy or something. He'd come at me and say, "I don't like the looks of that." You don't ever want to hear your doctor say that, but and the biopsies always came back negative. So I'm saying, well, maybe, he's just trying to pad his bill up a little bit. But don't make me worry about these things. I almost fired the guy one time, but I did. I made a video. About I fired my doctor. I did fire him. Yeah, I did fire him, but I rehired him because it wasn't his fault. It was his office staff's fault. But I love the guy. He's a great guy. He respects my intelligence. We have great discussions when I'm there. But sometimes I think he gets, I credit him with saving my life when he found that malignant cancer. And, I keep telling people about all the things that were wrong with me. It's funny. I tell them about all the things that were wrong with me before Carnivore. I talk about my kidney stones, my eczema, my rheumatoid arthritis, my high blood pressure, my fatty liver, my gout. I talk about all. I always forget to. Oh, by the way, did I tell you that I survived malignant cancer? I never say that. I don't know why. It just never comes to my mind. That's probably the deadliest thing I ever had. Is a malignant melanoma. Once that stuff metastasizes, forget it. Gets into your lymphatic system, forget it. So I survived that too, but now I'm not getting those precancers anymore on my head. It's been quite a while since he's pulled out the liquid nitrogen bottle to freeze one of those things, and so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm really convinced. I'm a believer, in case you don't haven't figured it out yet. I'm a real believer about this way of life. None of us are going to live forever, but I think that this gives you the best shot at having maybe the best life for as long as you are going to live. Firmly convinced of that. And Spanky, thank you so much. Little super chat. My dad is about 10 months carnivore, 78 years old, was 310 pounds. Holy cow.
Wow.
Now is 235 off all meds. No cane to walk anymore. No CPAP machine. Well, follow his lead there, young man. We need to have a word. Yeah, thank you. We need to have a word with you on Thursday night. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate it. Terry Sue is here. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm still up to 10 after 8. What time is it now? Holy cow, that's a half an hour ago. Wow, you guys know how to chat. You know how to chat. Let's see what's going on over there in Rumble. In Rumbletown. Let's see who. Not too much chatting, not any more chatting. Let me refresh the screen. Only got 8 people watching over there. This is not as well received as the morning streams are. In fact, the morning stream beats this one every time now. Those Ellen.
Yep.
I think they like the morning coffee ones better. Maybe because they're shorter. I don't know.
The rumblers?
Or maybe there's just a lot of competition. I know somebody's always doing a live stream at night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Chafee or somebody's always, Sean Baker, somebody's always coming on.
Yes, and I will. This actually was a little hard for me because actually a friend of mine on social, so I've met her on Twitter, Twix, I call it, Twitter X. And she is, although it's a taped interview, but Chafee is, not that I want to promote the competition, but Chafee is doing a live stream right now, and he's interviewing her, this woman who I kind of know a little bit, so it has a great story. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll be able to watch the replay, I guess.
I'll be able to watch the replay, yeah. So I know that.
Well,
on, so who, there is.
You're a trooper. You're a trooper. Thank you, Ellen.
Yeah, but you guys are my priority.
This is your family.
That's right.
I don't want to compete with Chafee. I don't want to compete with Sean Baker. I don't ever want to. Let those guys do their thing. They have their methods. I don't want to think it's a problem.
I don't think it's a regular thing. I think this was just I don't know, it's just spontaneous.
Well, they always pop up. I try to at least be predictable. That's something that we had from the drone. We had a kind of a gentleman's agreement in the drone when I was on with the drone live streams. All the drone guys that did live streams kind of had a gentleman's agreement, In other words, there weren't nearly as many of us as carnivores. I mean, carnivores is crazy how many people. Everybody and their brother's a carnivore YouTuber now. you didn't just jump right on at a time where you know somebody had been coming on every week for 2 years.
Yeah.
You were a gentleman. You'd say, okay, I'll go an hour later or go an hour before or go a different night. But that doesn't happen. And the problem with Chafee is, and Sean Baker, their live streams, they just pop up whenever they want, whenever they got some free time. They're busy guys, and that's okay. And if people want to watch them, they should. And I don't want to compete with them because I don't have anywhere near the same message that either one of them has. And you know that. I have a whole entirely different message, and that hurts me in the growth of my channel. It hurts me because people don't want to hear what I say. I know, I think a lot about this. Don't you think that it would be easy for me to grow this channel, make a lot of money, if I did nothing more than put up silly vegan commentary like so many others do, and they get tons of views on them? People like that. They like to see or feel superior by making fun of other people. I don't do that. That's just not what I do. You don't see me putting up videos about, and Sean Baker does it and so many others do it. They play some silly TikTok video in the background making fun of poor, ignorant, sad, misguided people that are hurting themselves. I don't see anything there to make fun of, to tell you the truth. And yet, we as human beings, for the same reason we're rubberneckers and we go to NASCAR to see crashes, and it's a natural thing. When we see people less fortunate or dumber than us, it makes us feel just that much more fortunate or smarter. And that's not what I do. I don't give out the same message that everybody else gives out. I tell people, don't do keto. You cannot succeed if you're a carb addict. I think that's an absolute truth. I can prove it. Any keto person that succeeds and gets healthy and stays that way is not that strong of a carb addict. But unfortunately, most of us are. And that's why, and the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in, Ellen was in my life. At 75 years old, I still had not figured out how to sustain health and weight loss for life. And I consider myself a smart guy. In 75 years, most of the people that started following me were older. And yet, after all of their lives dieting and failing and dieting and failing and dieting and failing, they never were able to put their finger on what the hell is it. But yet here we are, all of us. Some of us have found this successful thing and are doing well on it. Maybe fall off the wagon every once in a while, but want to do it better. So by cutting out or alienating all the keto people who I'm not telling them what they want to hear, and that's the problem. An addict does not want to hear abstinence. An addict doesn't want to hear you must abstain. You're fooling yourself if you think you can continue to consume a substance you're addicted to and succeed, staying off of it for a lifetime. It doesn't work. It doesn't work with alcohol. It doesn't work with drugs. It doesn't work with carbs especially. So all of those people who come to Ken Berry and who come to the keto crowd, the first thing they do is they say, well, yeah, I want to go low carb, but I'm not giving up my pizza. I'm not giving up this or that. I'm going to figure out a way to make low carb versions of it, and that's all they do. And they watch those videos, those cooking videos that get tens and hundreds of thousands of views of people telling you how to make low carb versions of foods you're addicted to. And you sabotage yourself. But they don't want to hear my message. They don't, I'm a hard ass. But I'm not giving them what they want to hear. I'm giving everybody what I know from my own personal experience. worked for me. And to say anything else would be selling myself out. And I'm not going to do that. I'd rather not do this at all and let everybody go around and eat themselves into an early grave than start telling people how to make keto versions of this or that and making fun of vegans. I can't do it. So my channel doesn't grow. It did initially until people found out I'm not telling them what they want to hear. And we want to hear what we want to hear. We don't want to hear things we don't want to hear. Nobody wants to come in here and say, hi, listen to this old fart Mitch. Nobody can do what he says. Nobody can be that strict. Nobody can be that draconian. What is he, crazy? Ooh, candy over there. I'm going over there. You know, I mean, that's silly people. Not realistic. Not realistic. Dreamers. So if there's live streams, I started talking about the live streams. If there's live streams opposite of this and people go over there, Chafee gives out good information. I got news for you. I've watched hundreds. Ellen, you've watched them too. You've hundreds of those interviews. They're all exactly the same. Aren't they?
They are. My friend Valerie, though, who he's interviewing tonight, has a pretty amazing story, though. I would just recommend anyone watch it.
Okay. Okay.
Again,
but I know every time I've been interviewed by anybody, it's the same questions. I give the same answers, and I don't do many interviews, and I don't interview people either. So I'm like an anti-establishment YouTuber here. My own little island. We got our own little crowd here.
Special. You're special.
We got yeah, that's what they used to tell me. You're special. You're special, Mitch. Here, wear this helmet, and we're going to send you to a special school for special kids. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm special. No, I've never conformed to anything in my life. I don't care what it is. I've never been a conformist. I figured out something. I became convinced that that was the way, generally through personal experience. And once I have those convictions, if some real truth comes along telling me I'm wrong, yeah, I'll change my mind. But no. And people who follow me are loyal, and we got a great crowd here of people, and I hope it's helping you, and I hope I'm entertaining you a little bit too. Oh yeah, yeah. I see. Yeah, Spanky, I think they'll ship the coffee cup to Canada. Yes, sir. Just go on. I'm pretty sure they do. I don't see why not. They may charge you a little more shipping for it, but if they don't, let me know. I'll see what I can. I'll see what I can do. I did find out the other day that WeVac, the air fryer people, closest thing I ever came to a sponsor was talking about their product because they gave me a free one. Great vacuum sealer. God, I love that thing. You see me using it all the time in my videos. They were only able to sell in the United States, but now you can order them now. They can ship to Australia, Canada, and Great Britain, the UK. So that was good news for anybody that wants them. I had a lot of people tell me I really want one of those, still the 15% discount coupon is still good, and the links are on my stuff I use page on my website. Links to all that stuff are in the descriptions of all my videos. Janice Childers is here. How you doing? And
Mitch.
Yes.
Friend Sherry is here, and she just gave you a super chat.
You know, I saw that. I'm trying to find it down. No, that's okay. It's good. I'm glad you pointed that out because this chat is so full. Holy cow! And I'm trying to scroll down to that here. There it is. Sherry, thank you so much. Do you think this is a good time to invest in stocks or save up cash now that we have a new administration coming? Oh, Sherry. You're asking a guy who has no money how to invest. I had money. I used to be pretty good at that stuff, but business was not good to me later in life. Well, I got you here. Thanks for the super chat, and Sherry sent me a little video earlier, and it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Thank you for that. I enjoyed it. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I'm going to try to answer your question. The correct answer to any investment question should be, your guess is as good as mine. The best financial minds in the world are on the wrong side of things so many times. My son is a wealth manager, Raymond James, vice president. He manages tons of money for very rich people. And I'll ask him the same question, and he'll just look at the sky, because whatever you think is going to happen, the opposite happens. The market's going crazy because the market is a casino now. Everybody's betting on extreme reactions to things. Either way, if RFK Jr. and Trump succeed and clean out the FDA and the USDA, you would think that you would want to short drug stocks. You'd think they'd go through the floor. And a lot of people are shorting them, are betting they're going to go down. But if they manage to so if you bet that they're going to go down and somehow they pull some stupid shenanigans like they usually do and block that appointment, and the drug companies turn out to be more corrupt than we ever thought and manage to ward off any government effort of shutting down their crime syndicate that they run on the backs of sick and suffering Americans, the drug stocks would shoot through the roof. And if you're short, you're going to lose everything you own if you don't get out of it fast enough. And everything in this world can go either way, and there's about a 50-50 chance. So people used to ask me for investment advice. I used to take a quarter out of my pocket. I say, here, use this. They said, what am I supposed to do with that? I'd say, flip it. Heads I buy, tails I sell. That's as good as any advice that anybody can give you, because it's all a guess. And if anybody actually knew, then they'd be making better returns for their clients than the few percent a year they manage to eke out. And if anybody actually knew, the averages would be going differently. And if you're not an insider, I don't think you stand a chance. If you're an insider, like all the congressmen and senators and Nancy Pelosi and all these people who know what's going to happen in the economy before it happens, because they're the ones that are making the rules, and they're the ones that are laying off the bets all over town. Something they should go to jail for, but very rarely ever do. Or if you work in stock brokerage houses, or if you work in the technology and deal with the networks that do the computerized trading and understand how they work and can see trends before the general public gets them. If you happen to work in some of the news agencies where they get wind of a story long before something happens, you could be rich like most of the congressmen and senators are, because they're privy to all this stuff. And they do, even though they're not supposed to act on it. But for you and me, Sherry, and maybe you have inspection, I don't, but I wouldn't presume to give anybody stock market advice. I know you want my hot tip of the week. If if I gave anybody a tip, I would tell them the best thing you could do is do the opposite of what I said, because every time I got a hot tip and bought it, it went down. And I finally learned that trying to figure out what something should do as opposed to what it actually does, it's gambling. And I used to joke with people. It's funny. I used to joke with people. People would say, well, what do you invest in? I say, well, I go to Las Vegas and invest in a crap game. I think the odds are better. Something you would appreciate, Sherry. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. And I wish I could tell you what I thought the market was going to do. I might have a better idea as things progress. But the problem with stocks is anything that we might figure out, generally by the time we figure it out, has already been built into the price by those people who knew about it before the information got out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best question.
What's that?
So that was the best answer to a question like that I've ever heard.
Really?
An honest one, yes.
Yeah, it is an honest one. It's, just I always beware of people offering you hot stock tips, you know, especially if they say they're from New York and work in a phone room. And they got a new penny stock they want to sell you. From my life, and I used to actually trade commodities, trade futures.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bonds, bellies, pork bellies. I used to, remember the movie Trading Places?
Uh-huh.
When I had my airplane, I had a twin-engine airplane for a lot of years. I actually used to just get in my airplane, fly up to Chicago sometimes, and just go up to the Mercantile Exchange, just sit there in the gallery and watch the guys on the floor trading commodities. And I studied it. I even wrote computer programs to try to predict it, and I did it for a couple of years. And after all that work and all that time and all that expense, I was actually really good at it because I broke even. I broke even. After all that work and trying to figure out how to predict these things, the one thing I learned, the most important lesson I ever learned about investing, is it's unpredictable. And that lesson kept me probably from losing fortunes at it. The best way to invest that I can see is just buy and hold, maybe dividend stocks. You don't ever double or triple your money, but it's not supposed to be gambling. It's supposed to be investing. Something I never did. I could have been a billionaire today. I look back because I used to do day trading when I was in the computer business. I had always had computers on my desk, and I had an account, and I would day trade. I'd buy 1,000 shares of AOL, and if I made $100, I'd sell it. So I made $100, and then I'd buy 1,000 shares of this or 100 shares of that. But I'd always get out of them in a day or two. Well, if I would look back at some of the stock I owned and the price I owned it at, for example, I had 10,000 shares of Microsoft when Microsoft was, a cheap stock when they first started. I had shares of Apple before, when people were thinking Apple was going to go bankrupt. A stock that's split 100 times since then. If I still owned that Apple stock that I sold 40 years ago, I would be worth $100 billion today. If I just held on to it, if I forgot that I owned it. There were hundreds of cases like that. Stuff that I owned. NVIDIA, for God's sakes. I owned NVIDIA when it first came out, and everybody was saying, oh, you got to buy this NVIDIA. It's one of the hottest stocks on the planet now. How about Bitcoin? When Bitcoin first started, and and you were mining them, and they were $20. Wouldn't it have been great to get 100 or 200 of them? They're worth $500,000 a coin right now, Bitcoin. So I look back at my life and I see all those missed opportunities, but that's the same for most of us. How do you know? How do you don't know? You don't know. Anyway, it's not a financial program. I want to talk about things that I do know for a fact, and I know that Carnivore works. Did anybody see the video that I put out today? Did you see it yet, Ellen?
I have not had time to even look at the YouTube yet.
Oh, wow.
So otherwise, I'm sure I would have. So I'm looking forward to watching that.
I put out a video that basically tried to tell you everything I know about Carnivore in one short video or one medium video. Well, I thought I covered an awful lot of little stuff about the execution of how I execute Carnivore, how I do it. From the practical point of view, concerning my food and my diet and my timing and my cooking and how much of this I eat a week or a month and how much of that and my pantry and my freezer, the gadgets I use, all that stuff. And I thought it was pretty good, and I was hoping it'd be useful. Again, it didn't take off. It didn't take off. My videos don't get the kind of views they used to. No, you haven't.
After I watch it, everyone will want to watch it.
Okay, all right. And I don't even care about that anymore. I cater to this crowd of realists that we have here, and if they're the only ones that watch these videos, that's fine with me.
People are making great comments about it in the chat.
Oh, good. I was hoping it was helpful, and I don't want to work too hard at it. I just got a text from somebody that says, your number is on my phone, but I can't remember who you are. Do we know each other? Yeah, right. Now, what a spam, phony thing that is. Where's the thing where it says, report spam, yes, block? Okay, thank you.
I know, I fell for
Does
one.
anybody fall for shit like that? Your name was on my phone, and I don't know who you are.
Oh, your name, yeah, okay.
Or your number. Your number was on my phone.
Oh.
He said as he's sitting somewhere in Nigeria, fucking guys, God bless it. Every day, all day, the crooks and scam artists of this world are trying to get into the pockets of decent, hardworking people. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be here bringing joy and happiness into everybody's life.
Would you like to answer a question?
Of course, always. This is kind of a casual thing.
Yes, it is. And that's great, but they've been rolling in, so we're going way back. Jeff Johnson asks,
yes.
Hey, Mitch, what's a good product to use for cleaning the air fryer?
Got that one already. I talked about that, and I said it's okay. That's okay.
Okay. Okay, I might have been. Who knows where my head was. Okay, Kevin Decker, did you answer this about coconut oil? You did
about what? Coconut? No, I didn't answer that one.
Not tonight. Okay, then this is where we are now. What do you think about coconut oil? I use it in my coffee sometimes.
That'd be okay. It probably wouldn't hurt you. It's not a seed oil. It's an oil like olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. It's a monounsaturated. I have some here. I have fried things in it until I decided I liked the taste of frying things in bacon grease better because it's an animal product. And I try to lean towards using the animal product oils, suet, lard, tallow, as opposed to the plant monounsaturates. So I do have some coconut oil here, and I'll tell you what I use it for. That wooden plate / cutting board thing that I eat my steaks off of. it's a great wood conditioner for that.
Oh, okay.
Really, really makes it. Yeah, it oils it up nice, and about every 5 times you use it and wash it with soap and water, you re-oil it, and for that it works. But I don't eat it anymore. But no, if you want to put a little bit, put a tablespoon in your coffee. If you get a little extra fat, you like maybe the flavor of what it does for your coffee, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay.
All right. So what happened here?
Boyd Lamb, my good friend Boyd, says, I see you turned on your Rumble channel membership. And he's the first.
I didn't. Interestingly enough, I saw that, Boyd. Thank you. I did not turn that on. I think they do that automatically for you, evidently. I was surprised. I noticed the other day that, in fact, I had to find out who it was. Somebody joined my channel over there. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, Boyd. Thank you so much. But yeah, I didn't honestly have any idea how that happened. Rumble is operates a lot differently than YouTube does. Different rules. And I think it's just part of, maybe when you start live streaming, they automatically turn that on, because they're, compared to the number of things you can set, the settings that YouTube has, Rumble is way, way, way simpler. You have much less control over a lot of things. Certainly much fewer rules or regulations. And I'm moving windows around because the window I had my chat in just came up and said, "Oh, snap," and disappeared.
Oh.
That's what Chrome browser says when it has an error. So now I'm back. I have the chat back up there again. At any rate, yeah, I thank you for that. And maybe I'll ask people if they want to be members. I don't know what I'm going to do for channel members on Rumble. I have no idea how it works. I don't even know if there's any way to. I have never even seen a way to do something just for channel members. I have no idea. I'll have to look into that. But thank you, Boyd. Thank you much. Thank you much. Okay, what else you got there, Ellen?
Okay, Tammy Pitarch asks, hey Mitch, I heard that if you put a drop of iodine in 20 ounces of water, it kills off the fluoride and bacteria. Any thoughts on that?
Where'd you hear? I don't know where you heard this, and I don't know if it's true or not. It might. It certainly kills bacteria. That's why they pour iodine all over open wounds and when you go into surgery. But a drop of 2% Lugols, which most of us use as a supplement, and some 10 or 20% big squirt out of a bottle of iodine that you wash all over something. How much disinfectant, how much antibacterial effect that's going to have in the water, I don't know. I don't know if iodine actually will do anything. Iodine and fluoride. Let's see. Fluoride and iodine are both essential nutrients, it says, but they can interact in ways that affect thyroid function and development. So maybe it might not be a good idea.
Well, the theory is that, at least in your body, when you're using it as a supplement, is that because they're both halides, they're both in that same column in the periodic table, so they act the same. That the iodine will bump out the fluoride, but it doesn't necessarily kill it. I don't know, like what that would work in a glass of water. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either. They're halogens. It says fluoride and iodine are both halogens.
So
the fluoride, the negative ion of the element fluorine, easily dissipates iodine in the body because it is much lighter and therefore more reactive. But I don't see anything here. Fluoride exposure induces inhibition. I don't see anything. We add it to drinking water for our teeth. That's fluoride. They're talking about that. A scoping review of iodine and fluoride in pregnancy. I don't know if that would do you any good or harm or be that effective of one drop of iodine to get the fluoride. I would just get a Brita water filter or something, and filter your water. That's what I do, and you'd probably be fine with that. I don't drink straight tap water anymore. I got the Brita filter. Has a little thing that light flashes when it turns red. You change the filter in it. It's cheap. And I do all my. I don't even like to buy. The only bottled things I buy are the San Pellegrino because it's mineral water. I don't know, Ellen. What do you think? Where'd you? I would go back to the source. I think where you heard that, and
well, I think it works. In the body because of the receptors. But I don't know in a glass of water if the iodine would take the fluoride out of water in a glass of water. Liquid. I don't know if that would work. And I don't know, and I don't know about the concentration. Like if you had a high enough concentration, it would probably be antibacterial. But 1 drop in 20 ounces, I don't know what the.
Yeah, but you're not. I don't think you're getting that much in an average glass of water. Bacteria is not your biggest concern anyway.
Right.
No.
So I don't know. I mean, it can't hurt you if you want to put a drop in your water, but it's probably just diluting it. Then you have to drink. To take your iodine, you got to drink that whole 20-ounce glass of water. So.
And everybody in the chat is talking about iodine now. Iodine probably neutralizes stuff. JFK Jr. is talking about getting rid of fluoride from tap water. Yeah, he was. Tourmir's chimed in about it. Ken Berry's got a video about iodine deficiency. But yeah, and that's a whole different subject. And it may be that what iodine is going to do for you in your body might be one thing, but in a glass of water, completely different.
I think she's asking if it would take the fluoride out of the water in the glass, and I don't think so. But anyway, let's go on. I love this. This is a great question.
Okay, I like great questions.
Logan asks.
Who?
John Logan.
John Logan.
Hi, John.
New one. Oh, hi, John.
If I just look at a pizza pie, is that considered cheating?
No. No.
I think he might be kidding, but I don't.
Well, yeah, because John, I don't know you and I don't know your situation, but that question is usually asked in different context by a man who's just been slapped in the face by his wife because he was looking at another woman.
I was going to say, John must be married.
Yeah, and says, well, if I look at another woman, is that cheating?
That's right. That's why I thought it was funny.
That is funny. And it's funny that came to both our minds at the same time, too. So. But no, I don't think it's cheating. But it can actually lead to cheating, unfortunately, and so can looking at another woman. So I guess you got to be careful. No matter, you got to run around and have blinders on. That's funny. Viking Tom says, "Look but don't touch. That's the rule." LOL. Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. God, I wish I had more coffee. It's empty.
Oh, no.
I'm drinking decaf anyway, but...
Well, here. on that note, maybe someone needs to buy you a cup of coffee, Mitch.
Oh, when they do, they will. If
Let
they
me
don't, they won't. That's okay.
let me shamelessly plug that and put a link in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't see any coffees. I just see that I got Amy bought a and it says here Jeffrey bought a coffee mug, but I don't know when that was. Jeffrey, that was tonight. Bought a coffee mug. Thank you, Jeffrey. It's kind of hard because I have to really just kind of keep up on my cell phone, and sometimes I get a notification, sometimes I don't, and something I get all day long. Amazon. Earn more with creator connections. I get 20 things a day from Amazon. Sign up now for this. Pitch Amazon Prime and get a bonus. These products, are limited time deals. Let everybody, God bless it. There are times, I make a little money from Amazon, so it's worth it. But God, just leave me alone. I only want to direct people to things that I think are useful in Carnivore. I'm not here to sell your 1.5 billion different products for you, no matter how much you want to pay. If I wanted to do that, I would have an Amazon shopping channel. Make a lot of money and help nobody except myself. I started with this Amazon stuff just as a convenience for people. And now it's Amazon Prime Days coming up, and I'm getting deluged. And I told you, if I get something that I think that I would buy, I'll let you guys know about it. Otherwise, everybody else is going to be doing Amazon shopping videos. I'm going to try to keep doing Carnivore videos and live streams. God, I'm in a strange mood tonight. Can you tell?
Well, yeah.
We know that sound. Hey, it worked, Ellen. My father, I always say, my father was right. He said to me, Mitch, if you don't ask, you don't get. Sherry Morgan bought me 3 coffees. Thank you, Sherry. God, she is so sweet. She is so sweet.
She is.
Thank you, sweetie. I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, you don't ask, you don't get. I used to try to apply that to women.
Well, how did that work out?
It didn't work. I asked, but I still didn't get.
Well, I don't know. I guess.
Once in a while I got. I mean, it wasn't all bad, so it's okay. It's okay. Friend of mine used to say, you'd be talking, you know how guys talk. They talk about their escapades, and one guy will say to another, well, did you, I was with so-so. Well, was she any good? I'm sure women do the same thing. Was he any good? And his name was Mike. Mike used to say, he would say, I don't know. The worst I ever had was wonderful, he would say. The worst I ever had was wonderful. I don't know if that's low standards or what, but
lucky guy.
What a lucky way to just, no matter how it is, you enjoy the hell out of it. And that's a great way to live, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any more new questions from tonight unless somebody, quick, now's your chance if you have a
Really?
please put it in the chat. Otherwise, I'll ask one.
Let me try. Okay, well, let me try to see if I can't. Maybe there's one that we missed.
Otherwise, we'll go to the list. But yeah,
Why?
I could have missed one.
Yeah, but I just typed QQQ, and nothing. It didn't hit. Not one hit.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Because some of the questions. Okay. Oh, here we go.
All right.
Turamir has chimed in with a.
Okay, man. Finland. Oh, I see it. It's right at the bottom of the chat.
Yes, it just came in. You got it?
Yes. How to become wise like Mitch. Turamir, I love you, man. The last question he asked me was, how do I get to be handsome like Mitch? Like you. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Thank you. Thank you. That's not a question. That's a compliment. I was asking you, do I seem like I'm in a strange mood tonight?
Well, I don't know if it's strange. I like it. I think
Do you?
seems like a good mood. I hope it's a good strange in a good way.
I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of melancholy. Not melancholy because I'm happy.
Oh,
I'm certainly perfectly happy, but maybe I'm a little tired. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know.
you could be.
It's
I
hard
like
to say.
sure.
Hard. It's hard. It's hard to say. Maybe I'm just not looking forward to having to go to a doctor tomorrow morning. God, I hate
Oh,
doctors.
maybe that's it. That could be it.
Maybe, maybe. Oh, I had one thing funny happen today. You know, the video I made that I released today. You'll see it, Ellen.
I know. I can't. Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
So I'm
Get
talking
to
in
drink
the
the
video. I
water.
got a funny comment. I loved it. So I make the video, and you know, anybody who thinks it's easy, you try it. You try to be doing one thing, talking about something else, and concentrating on everything, including, you know, filming a video and getting a point across. And I seem to be okay at it, but sometimes I'll use the wrong word without thinking because I'm not thinking. It's just coming out. Today in that video, for example, I meant to say ribeye, and it came out prime rib. Well, it's the same thing
Oh,
anyway. It's just
yeah.
all right. But so I mean, I'm not going to go back and redo a whole video just because I said that. And
Yeah.
so I'm making bacon and eggs because I like to talk about things while I cook.
Hmm.
So I'm doing this whole video about everything I do on Carnivore and what I eat. It, you know, like the total of what I'm going to eat in a month and how I little tips and tricks about cooking it and where, you know, a little pitch for my Amazon links because that always helps. I can put them in those kind of videos, but I like to keep that stuff out of videos that don't involve cooking. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't apply there. I don't want to keep pitching that stuff. I do it because I got to make a little money at this. I don't ever hide that fact. And if I can't do this or I won't do it. I'll have to go do something else that pays me. I don't want to have to rely on everybody's support, but it's nice and everybody supports everybody everywhere else. So I figure, okay, it's just the way YouTube works. Community support, super chats, buy me a coffee, things like that. I don't want people doing that if they can't afford it. I try to be very honest and straightforward about this. It's never going to make me rich, but I got to at least make it pay for itself. And I need to pay my bills too. People can understand that. You don't go out and get advice from anybody, not even a plumber, especially a plumber. My neighbor had a sink. Oh, there you go. See what happens? We're talking. My
Oh,
neighbor needed a faucet replaced on a sink.
hmm.
$850
Plumbers
to
make
have
good
a
money.
plumber come out to the house. Can you imagine that?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I can.
And I do my own plumbing and all my own work because I know how. I'm not paying these guys that kind of money. What was that? $500 an hour? $1,000 an hour? How long does it take to change a friggin' faucet? DS111 bought me a coffee. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, DS.
So at any rate, I don't know why I got on this, but I'm watching this video and I wanted to make 5 eggs and my normal half pound of bacon. So I pulled the egg tray. And this is funny. I mean, this is really funny to show you how I'm not really even, I do these whole videos. I don't even think about anything. I just turn myself on autopilot with an idea of what I want to try to get across, and it just happens. I pulled out, you know, the egg thing, the clear plastic thing with the eggs come in, and this particular one from Sam's had 24 eggs in it, and there were 6 eggs left. So I put it down on a counter. I flipped the lid open, and there's 6 eggs there, and I'm going to make a 5-egg omelet because that's what I normally do. 5 eggs is normal.
Right?
So I take my little mixing cup, measuring cup thing that I make my eggs in, and I start cracking eggs, and I'm cracking eggs and talking and cracking eggs and talking, and without realizing it, I cracked all 6 eggs.
Oh, well,
Wait,
guess you were meant to have a 6-egg omelet.
no, because I closed up the plastic thing and said, "Well, let me put this away," and the package of bacon, I put it back in the refrigerator, thinking that there was still an egg there.
Oh.
Today, when I went to make my breakfast, I said, "Well, I know I'm going to need a new thing of eggs, but I know I got 1 egg left over." And I pull out the clear plastic thing, and I open it up, and it's empty. And I go, "Where the hell's the egg? What happened?" I'm looking around. Did it drop out? Is it splattered in the refrigerator somewhere? I couldn't believe that I was unconscious while I was recording that video and just went and cracked that 6th egg in there without thinking or noticing it. Still thinking that egg. So somebody pointed that out to me real quick, which shows you either how nitpicky or concerned some of my viewers are. Said, "You said 5 eggs, but you really used 6 eggs."
Wow, they were pretty, they were paying
And I'm
attention.
saying to myself, you're either an asshole or the most observant person on the planet Earth. But and I laughed at it. I said, "That's funny." I said that somebody would even notice a
Yeah.
minute detail like that and feel the need to tell me about it, either out of good nature and humor, which I love, or somebody that just wants to show you they're smarter than you, which I don't love. So I decided not to make that decision whether I love this person or not, and just laugh at myself. So I laughed at myself. In fact, what was funny was I still, after I even finished eating my breakfast today, or my first meal of the day, which I didn't have today till like 1:30 in the afternoon. Not only was it my first meal, it was the only meal. I've only eaten OMAD today because I was so busy trying to get this video edited, and after doing the morning live stream, and I had things I had to do and other work I had to do. I never got around to even eating my first meal until like 1:30 or 2 o'clock. And then I just didn't feel like eating. So that's going to be it for me today, bacon and eggs. So I honest to God didn't realize that, but I still didn't even realize it until I actually uploaded that video at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. And I always watch them to make sure I haven't made some really embarrassing mistake that I didn't catch.
Mhm.
And up came the point, and it was early in the video, where I was cracking the eggs and I paid particular attention. And when I got down to that last egg, I'm saying to myself, did I really use that egg? And sure enough, I grabbed that 6th egg, cracked it, put the thing back in the refrigerator, the empty part, and come back and says, "Excuse me while I beat my eggs." You know?
Mitch, I just have to chime in. Terry Sue wrote in the chat, maybe he can't cook while wearing sweatpants.
Oh, those are horrible, aren't they? They're the most unflattering. I noticed that when I was watching the video. They're the most unflattering looking pants in the world. They're all baggy. You know, I mean, they make me. God, they're horrible. But I'm wearing shorts now. But I put on Tuesday nights. I put on a shirt with a collar so I can be seen out of a t-shirt. But I'm still wearing. You know that I'm still wearing. I'm still wearing shorts down here. You got to know that. Yep.
No.
Yep. I don't want to betray my oath
Oh,
to
there
those
we
that
are.
govern clothing.
Look at
What's
those-
that?
Look at those legs.
Oh man, chicken legs. I've always had very thin legs, muscular enough, but
Yes, muscular.
not.
Lean.
I've never
Lean.
been a big guy. I've been a fat guy, but not big and muscular. You know, we all got to work with what we got. And I'm doing as well as I can do with what I got.
You're doing great. Okay, let's see. Well, we do have some more questions that have
Sure,
come.
go right ahead.
Let me get back on the on duty here. Aunt B asks, Mitch, have you seen if the frying pan is going on sale for Black Friday?
I haven't seen that yet, but let me take a look and see what it's at right now. So let me go into the website here, to my website, and I'll let you watch along with me here. There it is. Get to see me with my shirt off again. Let's see. Links to stuff I use every day, kitchen appliances and tools. We have Mueller 12-inch. No, it's $35 now. If they lower, well, they've been selling it for $25 when they decide to have a sale. So I'll let you guys know. I keep buying them. See up here, this is my own account. It says purchased 2 times, but what it doesn't tell you is both times I purchased it, I bought 2 of them. I've still got 2 brand new ones. And I change them out when they get beat up or start to really get yellow. God, are they the best frying pans. And in that video I put out today, I actually show you how I clean one up. I keep talking about it.
Yes.
But I made a big point of minimizing cleanup. And after I cook the bacon, I cook the eggs. There's a little bit of grease left over. And right in the video, I took a paper towel and that's it. Ready for tomorrow. You know, I hardly ever put that stuff underwater. It just, I wipe it out, leave that a very thin coating of that bacon grease on there, and that pretty much seasons it and keeps it ready for the next day. It's great. So easy. So easy.
I saw you do that, Mitch, and I didn't believe it. I said, no, it's not that easy, because I don't like cleaning up either. And then I got that pan. I love that pan. I could do an infomercial for that pan.
Yeah, I know.
That pan has changed my life. I've never loved a pan before.
You know, even for $35, it's cheap, because most people who sell these like Gordon Ramsay and Emerald have their own brand of cookware. Their frying pans are $125, $150.
Right.
This thing is built just as well, if not better. $35. You pay that much for a big ribeye, for God's sakes, you know.
This is the best pan I've ever had. I love it so much. I'm going to put the link shamelessly in the chat right now, and you too can have one.
Yeah, they're great pans, and everybody who's bought them just keeps thanking me for that. And
I know. And this, I'm not even faking it. I mean, I am legitimately.
Where'd you get? Did you get the link off my page?
Yes.
Okay.
It's links to the stuff I use every day. Is that?
Yeah, but I don't know if you duplicate the link.
Well,
if it'll be my link or just a link to the Amazon site that leaves me out of it. Let people, if they want to buy one, just go to my website, oldguycarnivore.com, find it on the links to stuff I use page.
Yeah.
And that way at least I'll get a little something for sending Amazon the business. Yeah.
That's where they're supposed to go, right from your webpage?
Yeah.
Links to stuff I use every day?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I put up there.
Oh, okay, but you didn't put the individual link to the frying pan.
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to try to get the link to the frying pan itself.
I
get you.
I could.
No, because chances are you won't get the right link.
Right. So I just put the one to the stuff.
Okay. Oh, good. Perfect.
They can figure it out. This is a smart bunch here.
This is with the smartest bunch. They're here tonight. They got to be brilliant geniuses.
Yes. I think they'll find the pan.
They will. And wow, Boyd Lamb bought me 3 coffees.
Oh,
Boyd,
Boyd,
thank you so much, Boyd. Wow, so nice of you.
Yeah. Okay. John Logan. Oh,
yes.
you ready? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Were you going to
No,
say,
go ahead. I was thanking Boyd for the coffees.
yeah, thank you, boy.
I've got all this coffee people are reminding me, and yet my cup is empty. Ugh, what am I going to do?
Well, do you need to go fill it? I can.
No, I had enough coffee today. I never drink coffee at night other than during these live streams. I drink it as a prop, pretty much. Okay, Ellen, ask away whatever we got.
John Logan asks, Mitch, have you tried the Redmond's smoked salt?
I haven't tried the Redmond smoked salt yet.
Okay.
Did I miss the end of the question?
Oh well, he just wrote, I like it, but not all the time.
I bought a big tub of this Malden's smoked salt,
Okay.
which is
Similar.
very coarse, and you can throw it on meat on a barbecue. Be careful with it because I've oversalted some things. It's fabulous. Everybody that uses this Malden, it's on my link. I have a link to it.
Mm-hmm.
They love it. It's great. I love it. I don't use smoked salt very often. I use it on ribs, on pork ribs.
Oh, okay.
I love it on pork. In fact, that's the only seasoning that I'll put on ribs. And in fact, I got a huge, big 2-rack package of not baby back, not St. Louis, but regular, full-size pork ribs that I want to smoke. And I may do that tomorrow afternoon, and I'll use the smoked salt for that. But I like smoked salt. I think smoked salt is good. But I wouldn't put it on fish. I don't think I'd put it on steak. But on pork, wow. On barbecue, maybe a brisket, it would be good. Something like that. Something you want to make without a lot of seasonings that have sugar and rubs and a lot of spices and plant stuff in them. Mm-hmm. But no, I haven't tried the Redmonds yet. What else you got?
Okay. Sharpie Aquatics asks, what is your favorite steak? His or hers, I guess, is chuck eye steak.
Chuck eye.
Sure saves them for me.
Well, a chuck eye is almost a ribeye.
Mm.
Yes. It's a wannabe ribeye.
Oh.
Because in the cow, the loin that gets the ribeye, the prime rib, stops right up here, and then the chuck starts and continues on. And right at what we consider the dividing line between the ribeye and chuck, you can generally cut 2 or 3 almost ribeyes, which are supposedly pretty good. And the people that butcher their own chuck rolls will get a few of the chuck eye steaks, and they're almost as good as a ribeye, but they cost a lot less. And then they have another steak somewhere else on it, and I'm not a butcher, but they call a Denver steak.
Oh, okay.
So they start with a chuck roll. And, Greg Smith from Thursday night, Greg Smith he's an expert at this, and he was telling us all about it. So they'll cut off, they'll get as many of the chuck eyes as they can. And that's a great cut of meat for the money. And then they'll get as many Denvers, usually maybe 2 Denvers off of a full chuck roll. Then they'll cut out the chuck roasts, the big piece that become chuck roasts, and then generally grind the rest of it into ground beef. And pay $4 a pound on average, for the whole thing, which is not bad, because you pay that much for just ground beef anyway. So you're going to get you're going to get the ground beef, a couple of chuck roasts out of it, and you're going to get 4 or 5, maybe even 6 steaks, some chuck eyes, and some Denvers. So yeah, if your butcher has got the chuck eyes and he's selling them to you for half the price of a ribeye, and you've tried them and they're good, yeah, that would be a great deal. I've never seen a chuck eye actually being sold in Sam's or Costco. Maybe I haven't looked for them. I know you can buy the chuck rolls there and butcher them yourself, but it's just little old me here. I maybe eat 2, 3 steaks a week. That's about it. Bacon, eggs, ground beef. Watch that video I made today. I said it dawned on me while I was making that video that bacon and eggs virtually make up almost 50% of all the food I eat, because
Yep.
I eat that as one of my 2 meals at least 6 days a week.
Right.
So how simple is that? And I can, you've seen me cook that stuff. You should see how fast I cook it when I'm not talking. I don't even, it's mindless now. I mean,
Yeah. You're just
I just,
on road.
I'm like programmed to make bacon and eggs. I've got it down to such a science. And I love this stuff. And that's the beautiful thing. And I never thought it would be, it could be like this. But once you become carnivore, and once you really get set in your ways, you really get settled into it, everything is so different than you ever believed it could be. The fact that you don't even want variety. If somebody said, go this way to the buffet, Mitch, where we've got a spread of everything under the sun, or over here we have your bacon and eggs that you eat. I'd head for the bacon and eggs. I love it. I look forward to it every day. I never get tired of it. It is what my body wants, evidently. And then for my second meal of the day, at least 5 or 6 days a week, it's going to either be ground beef or a steak. So I'm like beef, butter, bacon, and eggs without a lot of butter, because I don't eat butter. I just use butter to sear my steak in. That's it.
No,
Other
that's
than that,
don't.
yeah. So I'm bacon, eggs, and beef. 90% of my meals are bacon, eggs, and beef. 90%. And I'm so happy with that. Could you ever have thought that anybody could just be happy eating nothing but bacon, eggs, and beef when there's a billion different recipes and foods and fine dining and luscious stuff? And you don't want it. It's crazy. And it's not just me. Anybody that finally gets adapted to this and makes it past the addictions and puts them away realizes that this is the way we always ate. There were just only so many kinds of big, hairy, furry animals that they could kill and eat. That was food. And they were perfectly satisfied because it was what they needed. It's why you eat food. It wasn't about pleasure. It was about nourishment, staying alive.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yes. Was I answering your question there, or just off on a tangent?
No, I think you did. He wanted to know, he wanted to know what your favorite steak is.
Oh, my steak. Yeah. Yeah. My favorites, I eat ribeyes.
I'm not sure you did answer it.
Yeah. No, I eat ribeye. He said, did he like the chuck eye?
He liked it.
Yeah. I like ribeyes, and I like to find ribeyes that have that big cap on the outside. I know that Greg told me the name of what that muscle was, but I forgot. I call it the cap on the back,
Yeah.
It's where it's a little fattier. That's the most flavorful part, I'm concerned. I don't like, I like filet mignon, but they're very, very lean. So you have to add a lot of fat to it. I'm not crazy about New York strips. I'm not crazy about sirloin or any other cut. Too tough. If I'm going to eat a steak, I want it to be. You remember the scene in The Matrix? I forget the guy's name, one of the crew members. He wanted to go back in The Matrix, and it was in a scene where he was eating a steak.
Oh, really?
And it was the best looking steak you've ever seen in your life. And he was telling the guy, he says, I don't care if it's real or not. It's real to me, and this is what I want to be doing. I don't want to be out here, risking my life in some stupid spaceship trying to. And that's how I feel about if I'm going to eat a steak, it needs to be a really good one. And I found it by getting ribeyes and being kind of selective, even if they're on sale. I mean, even if they're marked down, if they don't look, if the marbling isn't there, if it isn't, because as you cut ribeyes out of the whole loin thing, the different muscles that run through it will change. So in one place where you cut it, you're going to get a big, thick piece of that cap. And, you go further down, you're going to get little or no. It's like a T-bone. When you start slicing up a T-bone steak is basically a filet mignon on one side of the bone
Oh, okay.
and a New York strip on the other.
Okay.
So when you get a T-bone, you have a filet, which if they carved that loin off the bone, then you'd have a filet mignon. And if they took the other meat off the bone, you'd have a New York strip. But if you leave the bone in, you have a T-bone. When you go further and further down the T-bone, the filet mignon part gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So if you look in the supermarket at T-bone steaks, some of them you'll have a big piece of meat opposite the New York strip part, and some of them will have a very small or almost nothing. The ones with the really big piece of meat, they call porterhouse steaks.
Oh, okay.
A porterhouse is a T-bone that still has a really sizable chunk of filet mignon in it. Sam's Club doesn't label. There's no difference in the labeling between a porterhouse and a T-bone because it's all the same thing. They're just butchering up that one whole thing, and they package them up. So if you want to buy T-bones and you get in there early, you can find the porterhouses, which are really a pretty good deal. But I still don't eat them because I'm not crazy about filet mignon. It's too lean. Or New York strips. It's not as delicious as far as I'm concerned as a good fatty ribeye. So I've kind of settled on these ribeyes, and that, maybe 2-3 a week I eat. Not that big a deal. I buy them mostly marked down. I get pretty selective. When Publix has a sale, which they usually have around Christmas, and they have, they call them rib roasts for like $6.99 a pound. Well, a rib roast is nothing but a ribeye that hasn't been sliced up yet. Because you can get a ribeye with the bone still on it, or you can get a ribeye without the bone. Most people, when you go into a Sam's or Costco and you buy ribeyes in a package, there's no bones on it. But when you go to Publix, they sell it $6.99 a pound with the bone. So you can carve the entire bone off the outside and end up with a rack of beef ribs, which you can cook or barbecue. And then you take that other hunk of meat that's left and you slice it into however thick a steaks you want, and you've got ribeyes. And when they have that sale, I might end up buying myself 100 pounds of that stuff, and I'm good for more than a year. I'm still working on stuff that I bought over a year ago. And I finally decided I'm not buying any more steaks until I use up some of that stuff that I bought over a year ago, which is still good because it's vacuum sealed in the freezer. But I'm getting an education in meat and in the different cuts of meat, but it is an education. It is an education. I want to make sure I thanked everybody for everything here. Where'd Ellen go? She disappeared. How about anybody? Yeah, we still got 84 people hanging around. Good to see you. Been gone almost 2 hours. And I'm tired. I'm just dragging a little bit tonight. Maybe because I don't know why. I didn't eat it. I only ate one meal today. I'm not hungry. Strange. Anyway, let me see. I was going to ask Ellen if we had any more questions, but she is not here. So let me take a look. She has the time out. Oh, you know where I am in the chat? I'm back an hour ago. Holy cow. Let me get down to the bottom of the chat here. Ellen's up and running. Yes, I don't know where she went. There you are.
I had to take a potty break.
Oh, my God.
I told the
Mitch,
chat.
she's gone to freshen up, Ann B says. Well, I kind of figured that. Ellen had to go to the bathroom, says Sandy. All the women, Ellen, are coming to your
They
defense.
got me. Thank you, people. I knew they would. I said, I know, I think I can hold it. I think I can. But
That's okay.
No, I can't. I figured you wouldn't miss me.
You need one of these buttons, Ellen.
That's what I need. Yes.
I bring Spanky in, the monkey, and put him in my place there, and says "Be right back," and then we put a little music on and take a brief interlude, and away we go. Yeah, I got all these buttons to push here. Pretty cool, huh?
Yes.
Firefly says, "Oh, God, not enough memory to open this page." Holy cow. Thanks so much. Everything, like, I'm here. I'm still fine. Everything's working, but I did lose the chat. Let me bring it back up over here again. And now I need to pop it out, bring it over to the other screen. This is definitely not professional show business tonight. Let's see. Okay, we're down at the bottom of the chat, and the question I was reading was from Firefly, who said someone needs to draw a picture of what meat cuts are, like how Mitch explained. Yeah, it's everywhere. Just look it up. Google it. Just Google chuck eye. You'll get diagrams, butcher's diagrams, cows with dotted lines drawn all over them. Or watch the Butcher Wizard's videos, and there's a tremendous amount of information out there on that if you're interested. You can learn what every cut of meat is. Every cut of meat has 2 or 3 different names it goes by, usually, depending on in what circumstance. Like T-bone, porterhouse, things like that. But that information is all out there. I sometimes think that need to study that a little more, and then I say, I have things that are more important to me that I need to figure out. But yeah, that stuff's out there.
Okay, we have one more question from Sherry.
Okay, let's do that, and then we're going to call it a night, my friends. It's 10 o'clock.
We're getting near the end.
Okay.
We'll get this. Have you by chance heard of or know anyone with scleroderma? If so, have you heard of any of the keto docs talk about it? Thank you.
No. I've heard the name. I'm not familiar with the condition. Scleroderma. It's not anything I've ever run across in my own life. I mean, it's got to be a skin disease. Here you go. Yeah, here it is. Scleroderma, it's an autoimmune disease that causes the body to produce too much collagen. Too much collagen, a protein that makes up connective tissues. This leads to inflammation, thickening, and hardening of the skin and other areas of the body. Scleroderma can affect the skin, muscles, bones, tendons, cartilage, blood vessels, and internal organs. Symptoms include tight, shiny, thickened skin, joint pain, stiffness, and swelling. God, sounds terrible. Numbness and pain in the feet. Heartburn, difficulty swallowing, bloating, diarrhea, constipation. It sounds like the side effects on the average drug they sell on TV. shortness of breath, decreased exercise tolerance, or dizziness. Can be localized. There's no cure for scleroderma, but treatments can help manage symptoms. Yeah, drugs. I'm sure they got a drug for that. Treatments include medication, physical therapy, and surgery, but not a carnivore diet, according to their omission of suggesting that maybe proper nutrition could cure it, like it seems to help most other autoimmune diseases. So I don't know if you ask that question because you know somebody that has it, or if you want to know if did they ask if I thought carnivore could help?
Yes. Well, or if she asked, I guess, if you've ever heard anyone talking about it.
Well,
she phrased
not really. It's evidently you don't hear too much about it, but I do and have heard so much about carnivore helping in so many autoimmune conditions, including the one that I had, rheumatoid arthritis. And if it indeed is an autoimmune disease, then couldn't hurt. Couldn't make it worse, that's for sure. And it might actually help. Mm-hmm. And you see what I just did here? I just read from Google the same information that a doctor would read, drew exactly the same conclusion from it, except I know something the doctor doesn't know, in that a carnivore lifestyle does wonders for autoimmune diseases, especially the ones in our gut, like Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, IBS, like arthritis and things like that. So, although a doctor would have been paid hundreds of dollars to look this up on Google and prescribe a drug, I'm not. And I think that maybe have a better, since they don't think there's any cure for it, and I do, maybe I'm better, I'm smarter than they are. It's a strange world, isn't it? It's a strange world, and that's the way medicine has become. You don't know what something is, you Google it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And usually, it's not propaganda you're going to get back when they're actually describing what a condition is. Because there's no, there would be no reason to lie about
That's a
the
pretty
condition.
Straightforward description there. Of
Yeah,
something.
I would think so. And if you didn't like that one, there's 30 more pages from all kinds of other people describing scleroderma. And then there's things like this here that say people also search for scleroderma symptoms, scleroderma treatment, scleroderma pictures, causes, scleroderma face, diagnosis. I cured my scleroderma face changes. And if you don't like that, there are they tell you how many results usually they tell you there are 16 million pages of results, but there's plenty of them. So that's how they practice medicine these days. And then they go into WebMD or the AI and they type in all your symptoms and it spits out a drug prescription. Thank you very much, doctor. All right, Ellen.
You too can be a doctor. Okay, well, we've
gone
through all the questions from tonight.
Well, good. And I got to get some sleep tonight.
No.
Because I got to get up, go to the doctor, and then come home and rush like crazy to get set up to do a live stream at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
That's right. Oh, I can sleep later. I'm so glad. I'm tired too. Yeah.
Well, they say a mother's work is never done. Oh, man, let me...
Booby Goats just got here. Well, Booby, we're saying goodbye.
Hey, you're bringing up the rear today. I just released a YouTube short about my carnivore diet. Really?
Okay.
I didn't know you were putting out carnivore YouTube videos, but we'll have to go look for that. Not tonight, though. I'm done. I'm done for tonight. I really think I've been in a strange mood tonight. If it didn't show that much and everybody still loves me, I'm happy. But I just kind of feel, I don't know, just I don't know, not just tired. Just got a lot of other little things on my mind that have been nagging at me. Just stuff I'm. It's not anything really bad. I don't know if it has to do with all the turmoil that we're living through, all the shit that I see when I, just turn around and look around at the crap I see on YouTube every day, and the fact
you
that,
know what? You know what? Trucking Carnivore is here. Look into that chat and look at all those wonderful people who are here because they love you.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's end on that note.
Okay, thank you, Ellen, for cheering me up.
Well, I don't know if it worked, but I tried.
No, I'm fine. I'm really just fine. I did see there are a couple of things that are going on right now in our world, and I won't talk about them now, but they're incredibly disturbing and dangerous. And all I can say, and to give you a little hint of, is that why the hell did we give Ukrainians American missiles to fire into Russia, piss off Putin, and inch us even closer to World War III? That's has been weighing on me all day since I saw the more of those news reports. I don't want to bring a damper to this, but the stupidity.
You can talk about whatever you want.
Ellen, the stupidity of what these people do. We got 2 months we need to survive without blowing up the world. Exactly 2 months. When is it? January 20th? The inauguration?
Wow.
And I hear stuff that makes me believe that rather than turn it over, they really want to blow it all up and just end it. And there's nothing I can do about it. And it bothers me. It bothers me. We all work so hard to build a life for ourselves, and the stupid, ignorant people will blow the world up around us before we ever get to enjoy the fruits of our labors. But not to depress everybody. That's just something that's been on my mind today, and I've had a hard time climbing into the joyousness. But tomorrow morning, I'm sure I will be back and happy, playing happy music, puffing on my cigar, drinking coffee, and life will be good again. But rather, I think that I've been off tonight, and I just thought maybe I want to let you know why, in case you were worried. Nothing wrong, nothing seriously wrong with me. There are days when the absurdity of human behavior sometimes it goes even beyond my understanding of what the hell could be driving people to behave like that. So, my friends, what a depressing note to end up on, but that's what happens when you get in a mood like that. So, Ellen,
Yes.
let me bring you in so you can say goodnight.
Wake up.
There you are. Yes. Say goodnight to all the nice people that are still here.
Oh, they are great people. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Thank you for being here, Ellen.
It was great. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so glad I was.
I hope I didn't depress you tonight.
Oh, never.
Okay.
But I have to tell you one thing. Boyd Lamb. So those 2 coffees he bought near the end, that money is for the cuss jar, because I had to approve a comment that he made where he used, I allowed the R-rated language here in the chat. But I told him
okay.
$2 in the cuss jar. So that money is for the cuss jar.
For the cuss jar. I'll be sure to put it in there. Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure. I'm just letting you know he's paid up. Okay.
Okay. All right, Boyd.
Right,
well,
everyone. Thank you, Boyd. Okay.
All right, Ellen. I will see you in the morning, and I got to create the live streams now.
Okay.
See, I never get done working. I got to go and create the live streams for tomorrow on both Rumble and on YouTube. I need to, and StreamYard, and then I'll send you the link
Okay.
tonight.
Yeah. I think you're just tired.
I am tired. And I don't usually get tired. But I'm just tired. I don't know why I don't think I got the usual great night's sleep I usually get last night. So I'll be fine. Not sick.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm still going strong. I've been going since 4:30 this morning, for God's sakes, nonstop all day.
You have more energy than I do, I think.
I don't know where it comes from, but sometimes I just need to stop. So I got to get this work done. At any rate, I will see you in the morning, and I'll send that to you.
Okay.
And thanks so much for all your help.
Okay, and hope I see you guys all tomorrow morning.
Okay. Good night, Ellen.
Good.
Okay, and that leaves just me. And a little traveling music. Thanks so much for coming, guys. Thanks for putting up with me. And I know, yes, I was a little tired tonight, but I'm a trooper. I'm here. The show must go on. And thanks so much for the support, the coffees, the super chats. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the questions. They were great. And I hope that we were able to answer some of them to your satisfaction. So I'm going to get back to work here, get ready for the stream at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And I'll see all of you then. And until then, you know the drill. Take the rest of the day off. And even though it's late, eat some more meat.